Hello all. Sharpie gates still in effect. So what's President Donald Trump doing? Nothing. He's actually doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, quadrupling down on that Alabama would have been hit by Dorian. No. With hurricanes, you can actually predict the path, and they'll go on that path. With Dorian, it just went up the east coast. Didn't hit full landfall. My condolences to those in the Bahamas who actually lost friends, relatives, loved ones, and such. As Donald Trump actually said he will be helping? No! Instead, he's ripping $3.6 billion from the military to pay for his wall. So, yeah. And most of that money would have gone to the Bahamas and Florida to actually help with rebuilding of homes and everything else. So, why is Donald Trump ripping out $3.6 billion from the military? It's for his wall. He's thrown a tantrum. He said he has executive powers. He does not. Article 2 of the Constitution does not give him full power. He has to abide by law. And Congress is actually Article 1. But if you say about Article 2 is that he can. No, Article 2, Section 4 actually means that Donald Trump can be charged with treason along with any other charge, including impeachment, and the Vice President has to step down as well, even from the election campaign. Sorry. I've actually read it. It's actually an interesting read, the Constitution. The American Constitution. Virtually every law is actually a good read. And, I plan on reading more of them. For myself. In private. So, what does the $3.6 billion ripping from mean? Well, that's 127 projects. And I hate homes, really. Seriously. So, 127 projects, military projects, for 11 projects of Donald Trump's wall. I think I'd rather have the 127 military projects being built, or to have that $3.6 billion, because one of those projects is actually a joint project with Australia. Yeah. Considering that there was projects for daycare, schools, homes being rebuilt, military personnel jobs are at risk. That's 40 jobs plus or something from one base. All because Donald Trump's thrown a tantrum. Donald Trump's nothing but a big baby. He's treating the presidency as his own political pocket. Military stopover at one of Donald Trump's hotels, which he still owns. By law, Donald Trump is not actually allowed to own any hotel or anything. He's not even allowed to steal pocket from it. And that was a message that was for my eyes only. Came up. Donald Trump alone is the world's largest mentally unstable, mentally unfit, I'm actually going to use the words idiot, stupid person, not to mention chaotic president to date. Donald Trump's whole YouTube channel, Donald Trump's whole Twitter feed can be used against him. I wouldn't put it past the Democrats to actually go after all those tweets to use as part of their impeachment probe. Because if you read the comments for all those tweets, everyone's pissed. Everyone's pissed because of the Sharpie Gate incident for Donald Trump actually drawing on a national oceanic and atmospheric map with a Sharpie. The whole Sharpie Gate, which is still going and blown up because of the comedians, and trust me, they really ripped the new one. Jimmy Kimmel's launched a new book called Donald Trump and his Magic Marker. His Magic Sharpie Marker, I should say. Should be Donald Trump and his Magic Sharpie. What does this also mean for a few other things? I wouldn't put it past Congress telling the courts to actually fast track all of them, all of the stuff that Donald Trump's actually trying to suppress in court, so that they can have the information, because Congress is actually Article 1 and they are the oversight committee, even for the president, even for the spending of the military money. So what Donald Trump has done is actually backstab the American people into thinking that Mexico was paying for the wall. No, Mexico went, fuck you, Donald Trump. They literally went in video. The president of Mexico went, fuck you, Donald Trump, in video. And that video was actually posted on Facebook and YouTube. You can look them up. Look both up. There is another thing as well that I would like to talk about. It comes to the recession. Donald Trump's trade war is still going. And it's one that should actually not be going, because Donald Trump is actually a big-ass baby. He throws a tantrum because he's not getting his way. He throws another tantrum because it has gone his way, but it's not to his liking. Yet he has Fox News in his back pocket because they can't get enough of him. They can't get enough of him. If I was a news outlet / news media, I would tell the president that A, we do not work for you. You work for the American people. Now, Donald Trump's trade war is actually crashing the economy in America and Australia and around the world. America's allied nation allies are going to be hit harder because A, they actually have trade agreements with China. And if the trade war keeps going, the allied nations of America will actually see more tariffs to going up on stuff that they import. Namely from Hasbro. Yes, I'm looking at you, Hasbro. That $100 Hollowed Optimus Prime with the Spark Armor Arc is a waste of money and time. Not to mention design, because it's the worst thing I've seen. And yes, I am actually cleaning stuff with a microfiber cloth. So, I am sorry if the camera was actually shaking. But let's face it. Okay? Let's face it. Donald Trump can actually say he's winning. His approval rating says otherwise. His Twitter feed is nothing but lies and misleading information. And false as well. Donald Trump's YouTube channel. Yeah, the videos are full of false and misleading information themselves. Considering that they don't share facts, they don't say anything about what's going on. They only want to endorse Donald Trump, saying he's winning. No, you know what Donald Trump's morning is? Wake up, have breakfast, sit down with Fox and friends, and complain. Ring up and complain. That's all he does. That's his morning. Break for lunch, go to a meeting, stop meeting halfway through, post on Twitter about the meeting, try and get feedback and everything else, and everyone going off at him for not doing his fucking job. Yes, I can use the F word because President Donald Trump ain't doing his fucking job. Nope, not one bit. Not one bit at all. I am sorry about dropping the F-bomb, but let's face it. As a reviewer, and one who actually follows laws, I'm not attacking Donald Trump. No, I'm giving my review of him. It's not an attack. I'm giving my review of what he's done. I'm giving my review, my opinion, and I'm giving you guys food for thought for when you actually do look up the information from Donald Trump's Twitter feed, which I'm not going to link because it's full of lies and misleading information, along with false information that can actually damage people's health. Like the whole Hurricane Dorian could actually hit Alabama. No, it couldn't hit Alabama because it was going up the East Coast by the time Donald Trump actually showed that map with the Sharpie. And Donald Trump is doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, tripling down on it still. Considering that the National Weather Service in Birmingham actually had to put out a tweet because Alabamians were actually ringing up to say that what's all this going on about Donald Trump saying something, and it's like we're getting information that we're going to be hit. No. They had to put out a tweet saying that Dorian would not hit Alabama. All because Donald Trump lied on national TV, believe it or not, with a Sharpie. Yes, he actually included a Sharpie. And the Washington Post actually reported on this because from their reliable source that remains anonymous, let's face it, Donald Trump is the worst president that America can see, or has seen. Donald Trump is actually inciting mass hysteria, mass shootings, is actually endorsing white supremacy, is endorsing racist comments, is endorsing Russia and Saudi Arabia in their whole thing, and the world's just turned away from because Saudi Arabia still actually has beheadings and such, which is actually against the law. In Saudi Arabia, the women aren't even allowed to go anywhere without their husband's permission. That is violation of human rights law itself, believe it or not. And Saudi Arabia is not abiding by it, which Donald Trump loves. The whole Sharpie gate. Donald Trump was asked, "You know who actually put the Sharpie?" He said, I don't know. 3 times over. 3 times over, he said, "I do not know." Or, "I don't know." And then, when it's actually released that he did draw it, he's still doubling down and such on that Alabama could have been hit. No, sorry. Alabama could not have been hit by Dorian because Dorian was going up the East Coast. The projections were from August 28th to 29th. Dorian hit last week. Yeah, last week. By Trump tweeting and showing false misinformation, that's impeachable in itself, not to mention it's also a high crime, which means Donald Trump should stand down under Article 2, Section 4. Donald Trump can actually be impeached under Article 2, Section 4 as well. And, like I said, he can be labelled as a treasonous bastard, which I am labelling him now. I'm labeling Donald Trump as a treasonous bastard to the American people, to the American Constitution, to the American law, to the whole world. Remember the G7 summit? Donald Trump said that he had talks with China and Germany, and both parties from China and Germany were actually at the meeting at the time. Donald Trump said he had high phone calls, and China actually said this was the first we heard of it, and there was no phone call to Donald Trump. Again, that's actually a lie and a bullshit one. Because Donald Trump's actually saying everything that he wants to actually make himself look good when he's not doing anything. He's virtually sitting in his office right now, or he's sitting somewhere. He's watching Fox and Friends with his phone in hand, tweeting. Along with he's probably going off right now on Twitter. Yet 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago he tweeted, "Thank you at USCG, great job." All in caps. Really? He retweeted from Mike Pence for 10 hours ago. Another tweet from Mike Pence 13 hours ago. Here we are, 4 hours ago. "Beautiful evening in Farrah tonight. Big day in North Carolina tomorrow. Make sure you get out and vote for Dan Bishop and Greg Murphy, NCO 9 and NCO 3. Wow, Donald Trump, the stage for Donald Trump actually takes up a whole lot of room. Yeah, I wouldn't even endorse both those two people because there's probably something wrong with them. 5 hours ago, again, wow, he was at a rally for nearly an hour and 30 minutes. I bet everyone was there that was actually told, "You can't leave until after the president has left the building." Wow. 7 hours ago on Air Force One. NCAS Cherry Point in North Carolina regarding damage caused by Hurricane Dorian. Yeah, he's not the only problem, it's not him tweeting. It's someone else that actually has his phone and tweeting, which is actually not allowed to do. Because by showing the inside of Air Force One, where you're not allowed to on social media, unless you're actually invited to actually be on there by the president for say interview and such. There's another thing from 9 hours ago. Donald Trump's actually posting a photo. Thumbs up. No. For me, it would be, if I'm posing for a photo with someone from the military or the police, it would be handshake, not thumbs up. That's just disrespectful to the person. 10 hours ago, the White House. Ordered 6 police officers from Dayton, Ohio with the Medal of Valor. I would give them something a bit more better than the Medal of Valor. Now, here we go. A lot of fake news is being reported that I overruled the VP and various advisors on the potential Camp David meeting with the Taliban. The story is false. I always think it is good to meet and talk, but in this case, I decided not to. The science media likes to create the look of turmoil in the White House. There's actually turmoil in the White House, of which there is none. Again, that's a lie. There's always turmoil in the White House when it comes to Donald Trump, because Donald Trump can't even run his own business properly. I view much of the media as simply an arm of the Democrat Party. News media deals in facts and everything else. The only corrupt person in power is Donald Trump. They are corrupt, and they are extremely upset how well our country is doing under my leadership. Here you goes. Emphasis on my. No. The country's not doing well under your leadership, Mr. Trump, including the economy. Does anyone hear crickets? I'm hearing crickets here. Anyone? Oh, it must be me. Because like I said, the economy is actually heading to recession. There's no recession. I hear crickets. Guys, I'm hearing crickets here. Does Donald Trump even know what he's saying? And it just got retweeted. Much to the regret of the lamestream media, he's actually throwing Fox and Friends under the bus there. They're working overtime and helping Democrats win in 2020, but that will never happen. Americans are too smart. Is he talking about his own base? Because if I remember correctly, his own base is actually moving away from him. So that's free tweets. And yet, let's face it, Donald Trump can't even operate a phone. He can operate one that's analog, but he can't operate a smartphone. And let me this is that's one of the photos. There's another photo. And another photo. That is 3 photos from Donald Trump's Twitter account that someone has actually posted onto his Twitter account via Donald Trump's phone. Via Donald Trump's smartphone. To actually make it look like that it's actually Donald Trump. That in itself is actually false and misleading information. Because there's no way that Donald Trump can actually be tweeting on a phone on Air Force One while in a meeting 7 hours ago. Now you can say, oh, someone's probably taken photos and just posted these 3 with this and this. No. That is someone who's actually logged into Donald Trump's Twitter account, on his phone, has taken those 3 photos, posted them, with receiving updates on Air Force One at MCAS Cherry Point in North Carolina regarding damage caused by Hurricane Dorian. Donald Trump would never post that. It's the same with speaking with the Governor General of South Carolina on his way to North Carolina. Yeah, no. Oh god, I just watched the video. Just seeing Donald Trump putting medals around the officers who actually got those medals. And it looked like he was actually putting one right around the guy's neck to actually show that he doesn't care. As in, like, a choking move. And plus, why would you actually stand there with thumbs up? It has to be a handshake, not thumbs up. Okay, here we are, 15 hours ago. The Trump administration has achieved more in the first 2.5 years of its existence than has any administration in the history of our country. Does anyone hear crickets? Because I can hear Obama saying, my administration did more in the first term. And I mean like the very first term, as in like the first 3 months. In the history of our country, we get zero media credit for what we have done and are doing, but the people know that's all that is important. Yeah, coming from a Twitter feed, that's actually full of lies. And I do mean, this Twitter feed is full of lies. Great news that an activist investor is now involved with AT&T. 16 hours ago. As the owner of very low ratings CNN, perhaps they will now put a stop to all the fake news emerging from its non-credible anchors. Also, I hear that because of its bad ratings, it is losing fortune. But most importantly, CNN is bad for the USA. No, the only person that's bad for the USA is you, Donald Trump. Sorry. Their international driven spews bad division spews bad information and fake news all over the globe. This is why foreign leaders always ask me, why does media hate the US so much? It is a fortunate shame and all comes from the top. That's actually false and misleading in itself. And I've actually found that on Donald Trump's Twitter feed right now. Sam was doing fine before you lost the popular vote in 2016, and still be doing fine after you are laughed out of office next year or get impeached where it comes to this. Oh, hell yes, I am liking that. That is from Rosemary James. Oh, yes, thank you. It just made my day. Foreign leaders are all too busy laughing at you to ask anything. Yeah, I'm liking that one too. 16 hours ago, news isn't fake just because it's critical of you. Alternative facts are not real unless supported by evidence. Trump's war isn't with the MSM, it's with the facts. Fox News is the fake news you seek. That's actually true. Fox News is actually sitting in Donald Trump's pocket. One business analyst is actually sitting in Donald Trump's pocket because he believes Donald Trump has not lied. I'm sorry, but Donald Trump has lied, and I just found the tweet. Mitch McConnell used nuclear options and tampered with Supreme Court budget trick to ram through 1% tax cut and has consistently worked against the people. Actually, that is true. Mitch McConnell is actually the Death Reaper / Russian puppet because he doesn't actually believe that Russia is hacking or anything else. He's lying to the American people, and I am sorry that this video is actually going to be hitting 30 minutes long because this is actually all breaking for me, because instead of me going through, like I do on Twitter, and actually try and salvage information correctly, correct information, before Donald Trump actually destroys it, which he does, this is why no president in their right mind actually posts anything on Twitter. I need that drink of water. Another post that I found from 9 hours ago. No one asks you that. I don't ask him. I'm too busy with dealing with stuff that I have for disability, which is lower back, which is now actually playing up on me. My left knee, my left ankle, which are both busted and locked. I actually have something on the Achilles heel. I have bone spurs. I have microfractures on my shins. Microfractures running up and down my shins. Don't know how, don't know why. All I know is that they're there. Donald Trump, like I said, Donald Trump's Twitter feed is virtually false, misleading lies, and he's actually used it to attack women of color, women in Congress, women in power. He's also used it to attack others in social media and such. And let's face it, Donald Trump should actually be out of office. He shouldn't be anywhere near a president office. He shouldn't even have been run. He shouldn't have run for American president because his nomination papers were filled out incorrectly and he's paid someone to actually put them through. And let's face it, no president is allowed to actually sit in office and still own properties. I mean, if I was the Prime Minister of Australia, I would be using my YouTube channel here to actually for Q&A and for actually something that people can actually comment, talk about, and everything else. But no, this is an actual real threat. Not to just journalism, but to the whole free world. That is what Donald Trump is. He is a threat to everyone. So I'm going to end here. Leave your comments below on what you think. Because I actually want to do something about this to stop it happening. So see you all next video.